Okay, people, so I absolutely called it. I absolutely said this was going to happen. Black Clover chapter 302. I called it, people. I said we was going to see Nozel, or at the very least, I wanted to see, because it made sense. Going back in time and history and everything that went down between Acia Silva and Vonica and Megicula, all of that situation really called forth, in my opinion, for the Silva siblings to be involved in the finale of this battle. And you got Noelle beasting there, and then now this chapter at the end brought forth Nozel Silva with the absolute epicness. And oh my god, the character design that I really rock with, one of my favorite character designs of Black Clover, Nozel, and just looking absolutely badass. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There is something about this chapter that I was not fond of, I was not happy about, I was not digging. We're gonna get into that, because yeah, there was something about this chapter I was like, I get some of the logistics behind it, but fam, get this out of my face. We're gonna talk about it without further ado. As a matter of fact, let's talk a little bit of that, because at the end of the day, I still gotta say it is that Black Clover greatness. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
So the chapter opens up yet again, continuing on the whole ideal that I'm kind of fond of. It's something a little bit different, definitely a breakaway from what shonen typically do, where Asta's just cheering on Noelle, opposed to just having the same old, hey, the shonen MC is here, it's all, you know, he's about to solve everyone's problems. It's like, no, he's just cheering on Noelle, saying, whoa, you're awesome, because obviously, you know, he doesn't have the power to help, but just in general, the way it was set up and done, you know, Tabata could have Asta show up and say, enough time has passed, he could go into his devil union, he could come and solve the problem, that's it, we don't gotta worry about nothing. But Tabata decided, no, this is not the time for that, it doesn't make sense, this is supposed to be Noelle's moment, this is supposed to be a Silva family revenge story to a certain degree, or a comeback, so to speak, against Megicula that messed with their mom and was responsible for the death of their mom, and in fact, still, to this point, is holding on to the soul of their mom. Now, there's still the possibility that Tabata could say, you know what, they were involved and they had a great fight with Megicula, but maybe we're gonna push it so that Asta can be involved, you know, have Asta say, oh shit, enough time has passed, and jump in and help out. But personally, I'm really fond of the idea, again, of a bit of a breakaway from the norm, of having just Asta saying, you can do this, I'm here for moral support, allowing Noelle to be badass, and, you know, her brother involved and stuff like that. I like it. So it's starting off the chapter, again, continuing on that idea of the shonen MC just encouraging one of the female MCs to do the damn thing. And she tells Asta to take care of Loro Pechica, because at the end of the day, Loro Pechica is, you know, out of commission right now. So again, Asta's just holding it down on the sidelines, because I'm imagining he's going to have, you know, some epic moments to come, of course, when we get more of Lucifero and all of that jazz. Like, Asta still has plenty of moments to come. This is Noelle's time. Following that, we got Undine with Noelle as they're charging through, and she tells Noelle, like, yo, we don't got enough saint power to, you know, deal with all these soldiers and shit. And basically, it was kind of setting the floor and setting the stage up, because it was just a chapter or two ago that Noelle is out of saint power, like nothing could be done. It's basically Rill that is giving them their second win, so to speak. They don't got enough power, enough manpower, enough time in general to go through all these soldiers and still have enough to be able to fight against Megicula. So it was just foreshadowing that somebody needs to step in and help. And we had Rill's picture magic, Master of Valhalla, basically tearing down the soldiers. So again, a lot of people doing the thing, because at the end of the day, we've had Rill and we've had Charlotte and they're captains, so yeah, they kind of need to be useful. At the same time, they can't be just looking like straight up scrubs. It'd be different if it was just like, you know, some lieutenants, some low tier members of the different squads. Like, no, these are captains, and at the end of the day, Noelle and Asta shouldn't just be doing everything while they're on the sidelines like, you're awesome. No, yeah, let's get that Master of Valhalla to tear down and shred up these damn soldiers, because we even also have Charlotte fighting there. She's using the Crimson Vine spear, so we got them doing some stuff. And at the end of the day, you know, Rill is recognizing they're pretty freaking awesome. I need to give them some backup. So even though they're captains and technically they should be doing more than, you know, these underlings, ultimately, you know, the story has led to the point where these underlings, these people that are, you know, low tier, a part of the squad, are the big dogs, and they're recognizing they got to play their position and their role, because there's no like ego involved in all this. That's kind of cool to think about. Like, you know, in another story, one of these captains might have had some ego to say like, what the hell, I'm playing backup while these people are doing everything, but they recognize, you know, got to play the position. And I've noticed as well, like, Megicula has a lot of fondness and a lot of compliments, for that matter, for humans. Like, we've seen already throughout all these chapters, I'm just thinking back now how many times I've said that, Megicula once again complimenting. This time around, she says, in the heat of battle, you humans are evolving even further. Y'all are the ultimate plaything. So you could argue that, again, maybe Megicula has never had this much fun. That's probably why, thinking back now, how, you know, she maybe had a blast with Aesir, because Aesir was a big deal at the time. But just in general, this is probably the most fun Megicula's ever had with human beings, because she has had a lot of compliments about these people, like, oh, the evolution, oh my god, y'all really are something else, because she's having fun, which is demonstrating that this is some next level tier power, and this is some next level tier will, for that matter, of them going the distance to fight her. And this one kind of caught me off guard. Well, there was a few things that caught me off guard, but for starters, as they're making their way through to the soldiers, Luck shows up and starts cutting through the soldiers like butter, and I was just kind of like, wait, what was Luck doing again? Like, why is he here right now? So that kind of threw me for a loop. It was cool to see. Luck always a treat, because at the end of the day, we know he loves this shit. He loves fighting. He loves, you know, just all of this mayhem that's going on right now. So it makes sense, but I was just kind of like, where the fuck did Luck come from? But he cleared a way for Noelle. He's like, don't worry, I got you, which at the end of the day is cool to see, I guess, more of the Black Bull members, you know, involved and stuff like that, which is something that, I guess, if you compare it to like a series like My Hero Academia, we see the Black Bulls from time to time, but, you know, they're never really always all together for the most part. Like, you'll see 2 here, 3 there, or whatever, opposed to like something like My Hero Academia, that they really like to keep Class 1A a tight-knit group. But then again, you know, the Black Bulls, they're ghetto, so to speak. They do things the way they want to do things. They're bosses at the end of the day, all of them. So it's a little bit different from Class 1A. But I gotta talk about it. Something that I said earlier on in this video. This is where it introduced a part of the chapter that I didn't really care for, because Rill is like, oh man, if only we had one more lightning magic user, we'd really tear it up. And when I read that, for a moment I was dumbfounded. I was like, well, who could that be? And then as I'm going, you know, sliding through to the next page, it starts dawning on me, oh my god, Tabata, no. No. And we're gonna break down the logistics, but basically, we see Gaja striking a pose, and he's like, I'm practically dead, but I could at the very least at this last moment be able to fight for Queen Lord of Pachika. If you don't get your ass the fuck up out of here right now, let's not do this, fam. Like, I get the logistics behind it, because at the end of the day, Rill's Valhalla spell is, you know, keeping everyone intact, but at the end of the day, he was petrified and he looked dead when we saw him, and the Valhalla spell didn't activate until after the fact. So I don't know if it was just like the Valhalla spell was just at the nick of time to give him a little bit of a breath of life before he dies, because ultimately he's like, think end of Naruto, where Obito was like, you know, falling apart, but he kept on going, which that was BS too at the end of the day. Like, he should have died 100,000 times in that battle against Kaguya, but ultimately that's kind of where Tabata was going with this. I just didn't feel it. He already had his death moment. He had his little speech, his little flashback in his mind of him and Lord of Pachika. Get him out of here right now. I get it, we need help. I get it, we have a big battle against Megicula. I get it, maybe Tabata still wanted to do more cool things and maybe have him see Lord of Pachika one last time. I'm imagining that's what that's setting up for, that he's going to be able to say his goodbyes to Lord of Pachika, but we already had the emotional moment with him. What is he still doing? And again, I'm pretty sure that he is going to die at the end of it all, but it kind of just made that moment that we just had with him, where some people were sad and stuff like that. I personally was just kind of like, oh damn, that's messed up, but I wasn't crying or anything like that, but it kind of just cheapened that moment even more of, well, no, he's back up again 2 chapters later and he might die still, but yeah, I wasn't fond of that at all. We could have done a few different things other than having Gaja strike a pose and he's like, oh, I'm back to help Lord of Pachika, lads. Like, get the fuck out of here. And when Asta was staring and saying, oh my god, they're so cool, like, no, like, yeah, it looked cool, because then we get the next page of him and Luck together and they're going on to fight the soldiers and shit. I'm like, yeah, it does look artistically cool. I'm not going to deny that, but we're sacrificing storytelling and really good moments, again, of Gaja's goodbye and shit, for a cool moment, for him to yet again again have another shot at that. I'm just like, oh, no. I'll say, if anything, that was one of the most fairy tale-esque moments we've had probably in this entire arc. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like, it made sense to a certain degree because of Valhalla. That's the only saving grace for me completely saying this is absolute bullshit, horse shit, and straight up trashing it. It's like, no, Rill's Valhalla spell is why. It's not just straight up like off of willpower, because that would be ridiculous. Like, if I find out that no, it had nothing to do with Rill's spell, it's all straight up off of willpower, I'm calling straight up this is garbage. But it's not garbage, but it's just cheap. It feels cheap to me. I know there's gonna be some people that are gonna come and defend, no, God, just the greatest character of all time. I don't care. I don't like it. And they immediately destroy all of the soldiers in their path in some epic double spread pages that I was kind of like, damn, Tabata, you having a little bit of fun with those double spreads. Oh. Following that, Noelle approaches Megicula and she starts attempting once again to pierce her barrier, which is met with, yet again, more compliments from Megicula. I think Megicula's time with Vonica gave her some sort of appreciation for humanity and human beings, because now again, and I was just stating how many compliments Megicula keeps giving, and I don't know if that's just Tabata that he's not realizing that, fam, you've been having her be very, very generous with the compliments, that she is yet again complimenting Noelle. She's like, oh my god, you know, you managed to suppress me this hard. Like, alright, Megicula, you love humans, huh? So why are you trying to do this to them? You're just too impressed with them. But then again, maybe it's a similar thing of like, imagine a lion with its prey and the prey is really giving him a challenge. Well, I don't know if a lion's gonna be like, oh mate, before I fucking eat you, you're a pretty good fucking prey there, lad. I don't know if it's gonna be like that. But yeah, I guess you'd kind of be impressed if like these little ants, cockroaches to you are just putting up such a hell of a fight. Maybe that's the mindset, but a little too many compliments for my taste. But it seems as though all hope is lost, because despite all of what went down, Megicula's like, but as I thought, this is as far as it goes, because ultimately it's about to be curtains for Noelle, because, you know, again, you still ain't piercing Megicula even with everything that's happened. And yo, this is where the epicness comes in. Insert epic silver moments, Nozel, because a metallic looking substance, which off the bat you gotta know who that is, what's going on there, starts wrapping around Noelle, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go, fam, here we go, with Nozel saying, how dare you show yourself in front of my family again. Again, a callback to when they were children and they were attacked by Vonica with, you know, possessed by Megicula and shit. And he says, you have no idea how long I've waited for this moment. And it's Nozel with an epic metallic looking bird on top of there, getting ready to end Megicula's existence. And I can't wait for it. Honestly, I call this moment, but nevertheless, it's still epic as hell to see Nozel with Noelle there, the siblings, and, you know, coming to save his little sister that they kind of treated like shit for a long time, mainly due to the idea of Megicula. Megicula was the reason behind Noelle having a hard life, the strained relationship between Nozel and Noelle, and just in general, the whole Silver family treating Noelle like shit with the death of Aesir, the trauma that they experienced at the hands of this creature. Like, everything about their lives have been screwed up because of this piece of shit right there, and now they're confronting it, and yo, that was epic. Honestly, this chapter, the one moment I didn't like I said, overall, was the Gaja stuff, but surrounding it, you know, Luck's epicness, Nozel showing up, Asta once again playing it back, you know, playing the back burner and allowing Noelle to have her moment with her family, just in general, really dope stuff. And yeah, Megicula, stop complimenting them. Like, it's starting to get a little bit like, you a fan of humanity, mate. But yeah, insane shit. Curious what you guys think, though. How do you think this is going to play out now that Nozel is there? You think next chapter he's going to just absolutely wipe out Megicula? Or you think Megicula is going to find a way? Maybe Rill's spell, the Valhalla thing, is going to run out, and then it's going to be once again at a desperate situation. You think at any given point during this battle, Asta is going to have to step in to help out? And your overall thoughts and expectations for Black Clover chapter 303 and beyond. It just got real, lads, and I'm not talking about the guy with the Valhalla spell. I'm talking about Nozel kicking ass. It's about to go down. Let's go. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace then, and yo, Silver family greatness incoming. Let's go, Megicula. You about to have one last compliment to them as you're going to your death, bitch. You die. Rest in piss, Megicula. It's about to happen. Have an awesome one.
So just go to ForneverWorld.